welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree. I join you here barefaced because I'm going to be using all of the products I got in my mystery box from the BALM. I did get a good range of products. I put that video up, I think it was the one that went up right before this one, just unboxing it. I didn't even know they had mystery boxes. I got an email like ad for it, so of course I had to buy it. And I got a nice assortment of products, and I thought I would try them all out because I would say I love the brand, but I don't use any of their products on a regular basis. I just love everything else about the brand. I love the branding. Everything looks really cool. They obviously put a lot of thought and effort into their branding. I've purchased many products over the years, lots of palettes. I've purchased a bunch from them over the years. They used to be available at Kohl's, but recently the three Kohl's where I live all took out the beauty section. Like the whole thing is gone. Not even just this brand, all of it, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. It looks all empty now. But anyway, the brand's only available online now, so I don't have like a reliable place I can go get them in person or look to see what's new. And I've tried a lot from the brand, but nothing has really like stayed in my routine on a regular basis. I would say if there is anything, it's probably the Balm Beach blush. This is probably the most used product I have from the brand. Although I do have a nice assortment of things. I also pulled out the Hot Mama blush because someone, I think, reminded me of this in the comments, and I pulled it out because I did already own this. Love it, it's beautiful. But today I wanted to kind of rediscover the brand and see if these products are any good, actually, because I haven't tried any of them. I did try out the primer, but that was it. So let's just get started. I am going to use the primer first because I think the stuff that I'm going to use on my eyes isn't going to have fallout, hopefully. But this is the Antidote Face Primer with green tea extract. Look at this box. Super cute. The thing I found kind of weird about this is that there's no claims on it. It doesn't say what kind of primer it is. It doesn't say it's moisturizing, it's pore filling, it's brightening, it's highlighting, nothing. It just says face primer. But I did use this one time already, and it just feels like a nice moisturizing primer. So if you are someone that, you know, waits a long time in between skincare and makeup, maybe moisturizing primer is definitely really nice because it kind of just brings your skin back to life, a little bit juicy, gives your makeup something nice to like glide onto. I don't have foundation or concealer from the brand, so I'm gonna just put on my normal stuff and I will join you back here for the other steps. Okay, put on the Neutrogena Serum Foundation, the Dior Flash Perfector Concealer, and then under my eyes, my baby, Kulfi Made Match Concealer. I also threw on some of the Becca Hydra Mist Set Refresh Powder. This is something I shopped my stash for. And we're gonna move on to bronzer. So what I got in the box is the Bronzilla Bronzer, Contour, and Shadow. And in that video, the unboxing, I could not remember what the heck the name of the bronzer was that they already had, but they have one called Bahama Mama. And I feel like I had that bronzer at one time, but I feel like it was in a mini, like it was a small one that I know I got in an Ipsy bag. And I remember absolutely loving it, but it was such a small size, and getting the brush I use for bronzer, or a big brush like this, into that, it would just like wipe all over the packaging and stuff, and I ended up getting rid of it over time. But I do still have that bronzer in one of these palettes that I have from them. It's called In the Balm of Your Hand Volume 1. And this one has a little mini, and that was probably the size of the bronzer that I had back then. So getting this brush in there is just gonna be a whole thing. So I'm gonna use the one I got. This is, I already told you. Okay, let's look at it. It looks a little dark-ish for my skin tone, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna use it anyway. I did swatch this earlier before I got in the shower just to see how pigmented it was, and it looks like it's gonna be fine. Interestingly, this swatch stayed on my hand through my whole shower, and I had to like actively get it off of my hand. I couldn't believe it. It was kind of cool that like just water and whatever else was getting on my hands throughout my shower didn't wash this away. Got some stain power. Let's just hope for the best. It is pretty pigmented. I do like the tone though. I like a little red orange in my bronzer. I like it. I really like this tone. I did just like that first initial dabbing on in there. I just had to like re-dip one one little pass a couple of times, but the pigmentation is really nice, and I think it will be a little much if you're like one that likes to swirl your brush in your bronzer. But I'm also going to use this on my eyes because they say you can also use it as an eyeshadow, so we're going to try that out also. But I like it. So far so good, and it is different from the Bahama Mama because that one I remember having some shimmer in it, and this one is matte. Nice! Like it. And for highlighter, I didn't get one in the box, and I do have a highlighter in this palette here. It's the Mary Luminizer highlighter, and I have had that in a full size before, and I like it kind of, but it has that gray silvery reflecty undertone to it that I do not like on me at all. So I'm gonna go for the highlighter that's in their Autobalm Girl Powder palette. They do still sell this on their website. I looked it up today, and I actually bought this at Walgreens. We had gotten like for some reason a display from the BALM, which is kind of cool, and everybody was all excited about it too because we've never carried it before, at least at my store. And I'm gonna go for the highlighter in there called Fifth. I haven't used this in a while actually. It has like a little pinky undertone to it. I gotta pull this one out again. I can tell that I used it a lot, but not in recent memory at all. And I think this highlighter is gonna work nicely with the blush because it's very glowy, it's very nice, but it has a little bit of a pinky undertone to it. And I think the blush is pink, if I remember correctly. This is more of like a blush topper kind of highlighter because you can see where I put the highlighter on. It's very pink right here. So this would go nice mixed with a blush, but I do like this. I gotta pull this out some more. If I didn't even show it to you. Did I show it to you? It has a highlighter and 3 blushes, and I have used those quite a bit. Like I can see that I've used them a lot, but I haven't used it in a while. I should pull that out again. Shot my stash moment. The blush that came in the box is the It's a Date blush, and I think that's the shade name is It's a Date because the other blushes like this is one's called like Third Date, and that's the name of that shade. This is, and I do have that one, and I like it. Boyfriends aren't the only thing I recycle. That's so funny. There's the color right there. Oh yeah, that's gonna look nice with the blush. This is a little more of a coral color. Just gonna pull out a brush that looks clean. And this is a matte blush as well, so I think it's gonna look nice with the highlighter. Ooh, I like it. I have been loving blush like this. Ever since I did a video, I had used the Bare Minerals Bronzer and I put it like this. I have been using blush like that ever since. Almost every day. There are days when I kind of forget, but almost every day. I don't know what it is about putting blush right here that I'm just loving. It's the weirdest thing, but I'm enjoying it so much. All right, blush is on. I love it. I think it's a really pretty color and it looks nice with that highlighter. Ooh, another love. Awesome, we're on a roll. We are on a roll. So far, 3 for 3 with the primer, the blush, and the bronzer. So what was next in the box? Oh, eyes. So I'm gonna use the bronzer and the blush on my eyes, and the product that was in the box is the Lid Quid eyeshadow. This is a liquid eyeshadow. I'm gonna use all 3 of these on my eyes because they say you can use both of these as shadow. Like it says on here, or am I lying? I could have sworn the blush said blush and eyeshadow. Did I make that up? I bet you can. I'm gonna use it anyway. You know what? I'm gonna use it anyway. I'm gonna use this on the eyes and then the bronzer maybe as a little darker outer corner, and then the liquid eyeshadow on the lid. And I do already have on eye primer also. This is such a pretty color. I know, I feel like whenever I film videos in here with the windows, it like makes the blush look like it's a shape on my cheeks just with the way the light's hitting it. But I swear in real life it's nice and blended. And I do have eye primer on. Did I just say that? I feel like I'm gonna really like this color on the lids. The mystery box did come with 2 blushes. It came with the Staniac blush, and I'll show you this in a minute. That is a super stain if I've ever seen one. Oddly enough, this morning before I got in the shower, I swatched the bronzer, the liquid eyeshadow, and the Staniac liquid stain stuff. And the liquid eyeshadow and the bronzer rinsed off, I mean, stayed on the whole entire shower. The Stainiac rinsed off right away with water. It was kind of cool because it looks like it's gonna take forever to remove, but it came off really easily. In case you were wondering. This is such a pretty eyeshadow. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with the bronzer color and do a little dark outer corner, and maybe I'll use the bronzer kind of mixed with the blush on the lower eyeshadow. The lower lash line. It's not showing up as like this color too much. I actually don't really notice it at all. Maybe it just doesn't layer that well. I guess I could see it. I could see it a little bit. Very lightly. Not as dark as I wanted it to be. Like I wanted this color in my outer corner, but not too dark. But it's still nice. It's still nice. But I'm not gonna go overboard trying to blend it like I thought it was. There's something tickling my face. Okay, a little on the lower lash line. I gotta wash these brushes, oh my goodness. I'm gonna take this one and hopefully this will show up a little darker. For how pigmented this was when I was using my big brush on my face, it's not that pigmented using it as an eyeshadow, which is interesting. That looks fine. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the lid quid eyeshadow as a little topper. So this was one of the items that came in the mystery box. This is a liquid eyeshadow in the shade Rosé, and I did have one of these before. I got it in an Ipsy bag. It was a little mini, and this is kind of interesting. So when you pull out the wand, it looks dry as a bone. Like it looks like there's nothing on it, and even when I unboxed it that day, I was like, this seems like the stopper is maybe way too good of wiping off the brush, or it's not getting anything. Like I could see the brush in here, but nothing comes out on the brush. You know what I mean? But here's a little swatch of it. Maybe it's meant to be that way. Maybe it's meant to not be overloaded with liquid eyeshadow, but it's kind of weird because it feels like it's already like empty or something, even though it's full. It's just a weird formula, a weird experience, I guess. But I'm gonna use this on the lid. See, but it shows up nicely. It's just kind of weird that it comes out so empty like that. But maybe they intentionally did it like that, like not to go overboard with it right away. Ooh, that is pretty. See, now that's dry. Nothing came out on that one. It's weird. But it looks pretty. It just looks very glittery, and it's very similar to the color of the eyeshadow that I put on. So it kind of blends in really nicely. I just don't, I kind of wish there was a little more coming out on the brush though. It's weird. But again, maybe that was the intention. Can you see the sparkle? Ooh, I really like that. I'm really liking the way this eye is coming out. Nice, really like it. Okay, let me throw on some brows. I have got to rediscover this brand. I really like the way that everything looks on my face. I love the blush and the highlight. I love the eyeshadow. The primer, I don't know if this is gonna be something that is for me. I think a moisturizing primer is really good if you aren't somebody, oh my God, I made a big old line right there where it doesn't belong. If you're somebody that waits a long time in between skincare and makeup, a moisturizing primer might be nice, but if you only wait a few minutes and you're putting makeup on right away, your skin is probably already nice and moisturized, you know? So you might not need another moisturizing layer on top. But even then, it didn't feel heavy. It just felt nice and smooth. It's not a really heavy moisturizer. It just kind of adds a little something, and it's nice. I really liked it. I just said it wasn't for me, and then I'm like, no, I liked it. Okay, Okay, brows are on, and you know what I almost want to do? I almost want to connect the blush with the eyeshadow, like to fill in this little part right here and to do a little, this thing with the blush. Would that be something? I have tried it before, like a little blush draping, if you will, but I don't know if it's just the tone I normally pick, but I find that when I connect it, it makes my eyes look sick, like there's an issue there. I don't know. Well, I'm already doing it. Let's just see if it works. Because I do like this tone. I'm just gonna I'm getting like just a little bit. Is it making a difference? I can't tell. I don't know. But I think I like it. I think I like it. And what was I so afraid of? I don't know. What do you think? I think I like it. Anyway, the other products that came in the box were the Schwing liquid liner, and I won't dare try this out today because I'm already liking the way things are looking on my face. I don't want to try out liquid liner for the first time in like 2 years and mess up what I'm doing. But here's a little liquid liner here, super cute. I cannot tell you what the difference between a felt tip and a brush tip are, but there it is right there. This feels like a, no, I don't know. Because every time I've thought it was a felt tip, other people say it's a brush. I'm like, no, that feels like a felt tip. I don't think it really matters. Anyway, this seems like one that's not gonna be easy for me to use because I feel like I'm gonna do it and it's gonna go on a little bit streaky and then I'm gonna kind of like continue to fill it in. I don't know about this one. Maybe I'll try it tonight, maybe before I wash my face. I'll do a little practice Schwing. The other thing in the box was the Staniac liquid blush. And I wore this, okay, this was one product I did wear. I forgot. I wore this when I had just done like a little spot concealing. I didn't have foundation on because just the nature of this product, it's like a jelly, like a gel blush and it stains right away. So I would start blending this really quickly on my skin. I just had concealer on and there was something about this color that I absolutely loved on my bare skin. It kind of worked with the redness that was like naturally in my cheeks and it just made it look nice, not red. It was weird. I really enjoyed this color a lot though. You gotta blend super quickly though because it will stain right away. And this was the product that rinsed off really quickly with water. It was kind of weird. But I might use this in a different video. But the last thing we have to try on today is the mascara. This is the BALM Nuit Black Mascara Vegan. And again, this one has no claims on it. It doesn't say long wearing, it doesn't say lengthening or anything like that. There's no like before and after with a big eyelash on one side. So we'll just hope for the best. It does have a nice little wand. I love something like this. It's just slightly tapered, basic old wand. This is definitely my favorite kind. I'm not gonna do lower lash mascara today. I was like, I'll put something else on. Ooh, I love when a mascara is like the perfect balance between wet and dry. It's dry enough that it's gonna build on itself nicely without clumping, but it's wet enough to kind of easily sweep through your lashes. This feels like a really nice balance of wet and dry. And I love this brush. Love this brush. Okay, let's try to build it up, see what happens. It's building really nicely. Like, look at that nice, thick fan of lashes it made. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Well, we're gonna have to see how it wears, if it flakes or anything. Like I said, there were no claims on here that said flake free, smudge free, or anything like that. I'm just going to assume that it's going to be nice. Okay, there it is. I think it looks really, really nice. Nice formula, the perfect balance between wet and dry. Thickening, blackening, lengthening. I like it. Volumizing. It's doing everything I want in a mascara, and I like it. I like this. Again, we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day, but that is it. I forgot to put on setting spray. I don't like to put on setting spray after mascara because when I close my eyes to put on the setting spray, for some reason it smudges everywhere. So anyway, we're just gonna go without it today. But that's it, my little kind of full face of the balm. I really like the way these products worked today. From the primer, you know, nice basic moisturizing primer. Really like the bronzer. I'll have to use it more and kind of get more used to how much to put on because it does seem pigmented, so kind of start slow. And I think it made a decent eyeshadow but didn't show up the way I wanted. But maybe it just didn't layer well on top of the blush. I'll have to try that out on its own. Love the blush. I love this color so much. Again, this is the It's a Date blush. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love the way this looks here. Love it on the eyes. I kind of tried to connect a little blush draping moment, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I love it. Oh my goodness. Definitely a home run from the box for sure. Mascara's doing well. What else was in here? The liquid eyeshadow. You know, this is probably one thing I could live without, but I do like the way it looks on top of these two colors. And I'll just kind of have to experiment with it. But weird packaging, and it kind of seems like it comes out with nothing on it. Kind of weird, but it worked for what it needed to be. That is it. That's my little full face of the balm. Let me know what you think. Have you tried any products from the balm lately? Do you even remember about them? They used to be sold at Kohl's. I don't even know if they're still sold at Kohl's, but the Kohl's where I live, there's no beauty department at all. So yeah, I'm super happy with everything. Glad I tried it all out, and I'll have to give this a little try maybe today before I wash my face. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.